Just Incredible Hero with a Mega Man X2 speedrun tutorial on Overdrive Ostrich stage. This stage is fairly short. The only technical spots in the level are the very beginning and the ending, and the boss fight is actually fairly simple. As you teleport in, you want to switch to Strike Chain. Now, if you hold one of the weapon swap buttons and hold it as soon as you see X teleport in, you automatically switch one position on your weapons, which is kind of important in some cases. It's not fairly important here, but I would just like to make a note of it. So when you switch to chain, you're going to dash along and you're going to jump on this. Ramp that's vertical. You're going to use it as a ledge, and you're going to jump, fire chain, which will pull you forward, and you're going to start charging up for a charge chain right here. So when you come off this ladder, as soon as you land, you're going to be at a pink charge, so you can release the chain, which will pull you. Now you're going to see this little red enemy. It's going to be coming this way on the next level, and you can actually climb down the ladder, get off of the ladder, and be in front of him before he turns back around, which is actually optimal. So when you come down on this row, you're going to shoot a regular chain to grab yourself to the wall, and you can climb down before he actually hits you. And then same thing here, but the enemy on this level will be coming at you, so you'll have to kill him. And then you're just going to climb down, dash jump, and do a chain here to pull you to this wall, which will lead you right to the bike. So to demonstrate, now I grabbed the wall there, so we're going to try that again. There we go. And release, chain, chain, chain. And as soon as you get on the bike, weapon cancel, which I'll do that in the next section. Now, this is my setup to do this stage and not crash the bike. Now, this is on Super Nintendo. If you're playing on a Virtual Console or emulator, the timing may be different. So, do not expect my method to work for every version of this game that is playable on. This is just for console. While you're on the bike, hold dash till you get close to the bed of spikes where the heart tank rests on. So you're going to be holding dash the entire time as you come up through here, you take down this ramp, and through the rest of the stage. Now there's two advantages of having full health. If your health is full, if you pick up any more health, it goes to sub tanks, and the game doesn't pause, so you're saving time just by not getting hit. And also the timing to turn the bike around and is more lenient when you're not only going normal speed, but if you have to pick up any health refills, it's easier to get your bike turned at normal speed than it is at fast speed. And also, you don't want to have any special weapons active if you pick up any, which you will pick up weapon refills on the spikes, but in case you pick up any throughout the stage. So when you get up to this ramp, you're going to shoot it at least 6 or 7 times, but 8's a safe number, and that'll bring it down low enough so the bike won't crash into it, and you can keep going. So we're going to do that now. There's the 6 shots. And I'm going to pause the game right here. Now, I pause it here because this is a very important section of the stage that we got to cover. Because this is where a lot of people tend to crash the bike. They tend to crash it right here. Because they don't let the bike and the ramps do the work. They try to jump That's their biggest problem. They try to jump on this ramp, and that just doesn't work. They actually end up going lower than just letting the bike ramp it, and then they end up crashing anyway. But anyway, once you pass this sandstorm, this is your cue to get ready for the shots coming up. Because the very next ramp, I'm going to ramp at still at dash speed. I'm still holding dash this entire time. As I come down off the peak of the jump, I'm going to fire 3 shots, and I'm going to spread them out to where they go 1, 2, 3, and they're going to you're going to see them form kind of like a diagonal, and they're going to go straight. One's going to hit the top, the second one's going to hit the middle, and the last shot's going to hit the bottom. That's going to bring the wrap down, and I'm going to be going still at dash speed, and I'm going to ramp. The trick to getting up here is that you have to cause enough lag for the bike not to go down from the peak of its height early. It gets you just far enough to clear this gap without dying. So you're going to see me fire 3 shots here, and then once I land here, I'm going to do a short hop over the ramp that's going to get shot down. And the only reason I do that is because if I hold dash the whole time, you can actually risk crashing the bike on this ledge here, and that's bad, because then you have to go all the way back past the sandstorm and grab another bike, which you don't want to do that. And I'm going to pause the game again once I get inside the base, and we'll go over the next section. Here's 3 shots, 3 more, jump, and I'm in the base. Now for the timing to get the heart tank. The bike's going to still be going at dash speed. It's going to ramp this ramp up to here, and then it's going to ramp again. Once it passes here, it's going to hit the ceiling, but it's not going to crash. And as soon as it ramps this ramp, which is where the point A is, I'm going to stop holding dash and let the bike travel at normal speed as it comes on the spikes. And just before picking up this weapon refill, the second weapon refill is point B, and that's where I turn the bike back left. The momentum of still going right will carry you into the tank, but it won't carry you into the spikes. If you were to dash the whole time, the timing is actually much earlier, and I believe it may be only frame perfect to get the heart grab and not die because you're going so fast. Just by slowing down, you increase your chances of grabbing it and not losing a life. So here comes the turn. I'll let go of dash here, and that was early. But if you're early, just kind of feel it out. And I still died anyway. Let me try that again. I'm so horrible at that part when I'm explaining it. But this is a good opportunity for me to show you the whole stage up to this point. So basically the beginning is just chains and more dashing. You're just trying to beat the enemies on your way down. And once you get to the bike, it's just holding down dash and just waiting. But this stage goes by very, very quickly. Shoot a couple of shots. You might pick up some refills. Here comes the jump and the 3 shots. Pow, pow, pow. Pow, pow, pow. Jump. Let go of dash here. And turn. There you go. Perfect. Now, once you grab the heart, you're going to hold dash and switch the chain. You're going to hit up and B once you get to this point here to get off the bike and come down. You're going to crash into this Aklana, the scorpion, as some people call it. You can't get around it without taking damage, so just take damage, dash, and once you get to here, you're going to dash jump over this one. 1, you're going to fire the chain as you fall. You're going to grab this. Wall. 2, you're going to L swap once to chain, or not to chain, but to wheel. And then 3, you're going to dash intentionally into this wall of indestructible bricks that you have to have the wheel for. And just as soon as you dash into that wall, you're going to fire a chain or a wheel, and it should cover both sides of these bricks, and it should break them both at once. And then that clears your way to the capsule. And I was a little late on there. but that's okay. You just have to wait for the wheel if that happens. Now, after X leaves the capsule and does his air dash as a demonstration, you're going to switch back to strike chain and charge up full. Once you reach this point in the background, you're going to see the chasm here open up a little bit to a much wider space. You're going to release the chain and then jump just shortly after, and these backgrounds are pretty accurate where I've got the sprites positioned. You're going to let the chain extend out, and then the jump is going to bring him high enough to where he gets the chain is going to grab the wall, and it's going to pull him, zip him right over the last scorpion, right to the door. And then once he falls, just hold right into the door. Like so. I'll do that again. There you go. It's a pretty slick trick. Now for the boss fight coming up. It's basically just like Water Sponge. You're just going to dash shot him as soon as you can. The trick to the Ostrich fight, you want to keep him in the valleys of the stage. You want to have the high ground as much as possible, because if he decides to jump up, he only jumps so high, and that allows you to do double hits, because when he reaches the peak of his jump, he cancels his iframes. Now this is bad. He has the high ground. See? I can't reach him. That is very bad. So you want to try to lead him if you can. Now that was a good one. And I may die intentionally here. Yeah, I'm going to die. Because I want to try to get some double hits. So we're going to do the fight again. I'm going to see if I can get some double hits. But that's the basic trick of this fight. You want to stay on the high ground as much as possible. So that way when he decides to do a jump, you can get double hits on him. Here's a good time. Nope. There's a double hit. It wasn't quite optimal, but it was a pretty decent way of getting double hits. Also, you want to keep him on the screen as much as you can too, because if he decides to run and you let him run so far and he goes off screen, he can actually despawn himself and end up in the background, and you just have to stand and wait for him to come back on screen. So you want to keep him on screen as much as possible, and you want to try to be on the high ground. This is bad. Okay, now this is good. I almost got him on out of his iframes. There's a double hit. But that's basically how you want to try to do the fight. Just dash shot him over and over. If he presents an opportunity where you can get double hits, go for it. But if he keeps jumping, that is the best pattern.